Hello folks. Let me fix my hair. Oh, we're going to do something here that you don't see a lot of. This is the simulated camp out, bug out, whatever you want to call it. But here's my Coleman stove, and I've got it all fueled up. One thing, if you're buying these things used, you probably need to change the cap gasket, and you can find those online. They're easy to change, and check the pump leather. Most of the time, all you need to do is add a little bit of oil to it. We're gonna go hunting for some pizza. You know, because we've been out hunting with a little Daisy BB gun. This here was the first BB gun I ever owned, and it's a model number 102. Of course, it's not real old because it's got a plastic buttstock on it. So you'll notice it does not have a forearm on it, but it still works. And once I outgrew that, I got my Daisy Red Ryder. That's probably from the 70s, early 70s. Glare may be in your eyes, and I apologize for that, but trying to get out of the wind, and I'll set up in this old barn here. What I got here is about a 7-inch square ceramic tile, and I'm going to use it as a heat diffuser in the bottom of this Coleman oven I'm gonna cook in today. I have not rehearsed this, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to probably pause this. My battery's getting a little low. I may have to go back to the house and get a battery. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cook this Patriot Pantry pizza kit. It's the first time I've ever opened one. It's an individual kit. It comes with dehydrated pizza sauce, some dehydrated mozzarella cheese, and some powdered pizza crust mix. And we're going to mix this up and see what happens. But this is a different oven, basically the same thing. It's a Coleman oven, but what I've done is I've put some tin foil on my rack in here, and put that little ceramic tile in the bottom of it. They say these things are hard to regulate the temperature in, so I've done a couple of things to try to help that out. And one of them is using that ceramic tile in the bottom, and this little blanket. This little blanket is a carbon fiber welding blanket, and what I've done, I seen this online. I made me a little slit here in the top of it so the handle will go through it, and then I just slit the sides of it. That way I can take it off, fold it up, and it's ready to go. You don't have to worry about this catching fire. But this is just some attempts to help regulate this thin tin oven. It does have a gauge on the front of it. I don't know how accurate it is, but we've got to get this up to 425 degrees, and we're just going to guesstimate it. But I've got to go get a couple more things, so I'll be right back. Alright, got that one lit, and what I'm going to do, I got to warm up some water according to these instructions. So this is the first time I've done this, but I've got to rehydrate all this stuff, and they each require measured water. The first thing you have to do is figure out what you're doing. Cheese says Combine entire contents of the pouch with 1 cup warm water. Let stand for 5 to 8 minutes. Drain excess water. Okay. Probably need to work on this crust first. Okay. Combine entire contents of the pouch with 1/3 cup warm water and 1½ tablespoons oil. Well, I didn't bring any oil, so I guess I'll go get some oil. Okay, folks, I went and got a couple items. I know if you're bugging out, you're not going to have this kind of stuff with you, or I probably wouldn't. But got a little rolling pin. Got to have a rolling pin, and I got a little cutting board here to roll it out on. Now, got a little damp rag and some measuring spoons. Probably don't need the measuring spoon. I got a big spoon right here with my little military cooking kit. But what I did is I took some of that leftover material here and I made me some little pot holders. Kind of a dedicated pot holder for my camping equipment. All right, let's get back to this. Pizza crust. I need a 1/3 cup of warm water. Now let me get this fired back up. I shut it down when I went and got that other stuff. I mean, don't walk off and leave a fire going. That's just common sense. So you can see that it's not catching on fire. It's got a little fuzz burning on that a little bit, but this is carbon fiber, like I said. And remember, in my other video, you got to have your primary burner going before you turn on these auxiliary burners. Preheat this, and we're going to get this one going here. I've got my little wind deflectors going here. I need a 1/3 cup. I'm going to heat it up in this canteen cup, but I've got a little measure here to measure it out if I can read it. Just going to warm it up a little bit. It don't have to be boiling hot. Please mix it in the packet if you wanted to, but I got a little bowl here, and it's got an oxygen absorber in it. You have to take out. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big old tablespoon of it back. Or at least a little bit. And I'm going to use it on my cutting board so it doesn't stick. There you go. Got my surface there all dusted. It may not be necessary, I don't know. Probably should have put some on my rolling pin. It is a little tacky. I'm just kind of coating that. Might get a little brown edges. I may make this square. My oven's square. Alright, we'll let that go for now. Let's get this other stuff started rehydrating. It's just powdered. Get a 1/3 cup of water measured out here. The mozzarella cheese, it's going to take 1 cup of warm water. So the whole kit is 1 2/3 cup of water. And I'll get it rehydrating here. I'm going to get this water mixed in with the sauce mix. And what I think I'm going to do with this, I'm going to pour the water directly in this pouch. It's a Mylar pouch. Let it rehydrate, and then in that way I can drain any excess water out. I hope this is kind of a learning experience. If you're, I don't know about you, but I consider pizza a nice comfort food, and if you're out camping with your family and stuff, this is one way you can cook pizza outdoors. I know some people use cast iron ovens and things like that. This may be a little tricky getting it in this oven. We'll mix that up. How many of y'all want to bet I burn myself to get this pizza in this oven? Pour our water in here and get this cheese reconstituted. Let's go with piece of aluminum foil here. Kind of get this to the size there. Kind of make us a little pizza pan here. What do you think of that, folks? Try to get a little stability up here. I can kind of pick this up and slide it in there a little easier. Maybe it won't stick too bad. Yeah, we're coming up to temp now. That's a lot of sauce. But guess what? Everybody carries a bag of pepperoni in their pocket, don't they? I cheated. You know, yeah, I could make it without these, but hey. How about I do half? That way we can kind of get a taste test on the half of it that doesn't have pepperoni. Sound like a pretty good idea, don't it? Alright, I'm draining that excess water out. And there's plenty of cheese here. I'll give you a little view here in a minute. See, it covers that pizza really well. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to try my best. Oh! Alright, here we go, folks. Oh man, I didn't realize you couldn't see. I got her in there, folks. I didn't burn myself yet. I just slid it inside there. We're going to try to get this shut. And, all right. About 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, we'll see. And it will take a little bit for this oven to extinguish itself, because it's going to vaporize what fuel is left in that generator. So don't be alarmed if you turn this knob off and it still continues to burn. It will self-extinguish once it burns up the rest of that vapor. As you can see, that's why this that's why this 3 burner is a little more versatile. You know, I still have the side burners here that holds its shape pretty good. You see the steam rising off of it. The tomato sauce has a nice flavor. You know, it's got a nice tomato flavor. The cheese is pretty decent also. The crust, I don't know, it's okay. I don't consider that it needs any more salt. I think if you added, like I said, maybe some crushed red pepper, or if you wanted to put some Parmesan on it or something, black pepper. But I think that the salt part of it is okay, but some people may be more sensitive to salt. To me, I don't taste any extra salt. Oh, I'm full, folks. Now I gotta clean up my mess. I know these folks sell two different ways, or there's two different ways they sell these pizzas. One of them is individual kits, and all the ingredients come in one bag. Each individual ingredient has its bag, which is in this bag. Now they sell it in a bulk configuration also, but it does not come in this pouch. They're just individual packages of cheese, sauce, and dough. So if you buy the little crate, they're not individually packaged like this. So I just wanted y'all to be aware of that. But this is, very easy to store. It takes up very little space. And I'm not trying to sell this to you. Like I said, I'm not getting anything from this. I'm just showing you, a little pizza kit that's supposed to have a long-term shelf life. It makes a decent little pizza. If I was into a lot of backwoods camping and I wanted some comfort food, that makes a nice little pizza, and that's about all I can tell you, on it, because I don't know what your expectations are in pizza. So I'm not picky when it comes to pizza, other than I don't like those garlic butter things. I like tomato sauce on my pizza. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But this is the first time I've cooked one of these things, and I'm pleased with the operation. I don't know if the little blanket affected it. Just going by what I've read and seen on the internet, but I don't even remember what I paid for that. I've had it a while, and I'm just now getting around to doing this review. The blanket comes off. You can fold it up in a nice little square. It doesn't take a lot of space. So there you go, folks.